Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is BestInSlot, and tonight we're going to talk about two brand new TV spots for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, if you are trying to avoid spoilers for the film, you should click off this video right about now. You should also not watch TV for the next month because, like I say, these are TV clips, these are TV advertisements, so they are going to be broadcast nationally, you'd assume, so basically don't watch TV ever again, or until Fallen Kingdom comes out. In terms of what they spoil, it's not really plot points per se, although we can sort of infer some plot points, but they're very cool shots that might be better to discover for yourself actually in the cinema. So it's up to you. Personally, I don't get bothered by spoilers that much, but I do feel that for people who do get bothered by spoilers, that they've shown way too much. We've already seen plenty of cool shots from Fallen Kingdom. We've seen the Indoraptor, we've seen the Carnotaurus death, we've seen the Stampede, we've seen so much that I really feel we don't need to keep being given more and more and more. Yet whoever's in charge of marketing is just shoving new things. I feel like I've seen 90% of the film, and the film's going to have to work really hard to surprise me in the cinema. That doesn't bother me so much, but I can see why other people would be dissuaded by that. Anyways, let's get going. So let's bring that up. Lovely stuff. Our first shot, this isn't really a spoiler heavy one, but it is a gorgeous shot. I really like this shot. This is a new one. This is the Arcadia, the ship carrying all the dinosaurs away from Isla Nublar, and it really just shows us the extent of the destruction to Isla Nublar. You can see even over here on the far left side of the island, miles away from the erupting Mount Sibo on the right, you can see the trails of lava as they are basically covering the entire island. It's a beautiful shot. This may be my new favourite shot in the entire film so far, beating out the old T-Rex one. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really excited to see it in the film. It's interesting for me because I've speculated a lot about the third film and we'll talk about that later on, but this is a big explosion. You know, volcanic explosions really, like people talk about if Yellowstone erupts I should say, what it's going to do to the wider world. It would have a fairly catastrophic effect. I'm wondering if Mount Sibo, yes, it's obviously going to destroy Isla Nublar, but this is a big eruption. It would have wider effects upon the world, and I wonder if that's a direction the third film is going to go in. Anyways, so last chance to avoid the spoilers here, folks. I'm going to click onto a new one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers at your ready. There we go. It's another awesome shot. This film is filled with incredible shots. It's annoying that we've seen all of them already. Anyways, but this shows Rexy. She's clearly broken in. If you look here, you can see Rexy is actually broken into the lion exhibit there. The fence is all sort of torn apart and such, and she squares up to a lion and roars. It's the king of dinosaurs against the king of the animals, the lion versus the Rex. And this to me says two things. Number one, this is probably the last shot of the film. Actually, the next one, I'll just click onto that briefly as well. This is probably the last shot of the film. It's got that very classic end of Jurassic Park feel to it. It feels very similar to the end of Jurassic World. It looks awesome. It looks like a perfect way to finish the film. So if this is actually the final shot, I'm going to be fairly annoyed. Because why spoil that, basically? The other thing it says is that Rexy does break out. Not only does Rexy survive, but she escapes from Lockwood Manor. Now, this is all going to tie into the second TV spot we're going to talk about briefly in a minute. But all the dinosaurs have been transported to Lockwood. They're going to get sold. The Indoraptor probably gets killed off. We know the Indoraptor does not appear in the third film. There's no hybrids in the third film. They've said they're going to get back to this wild, paleontological, wild dinosaur nature of it. And that would very much link with what we're seeing here. These dinosaurs are now in the wild, roaming around the forest, roaming around, interacting with other animals. That's stuff we haven't really seen before. So maybe that's the direction the third film is going to go in. How they're going to integrate the dinosaurs with the wider world without the dinosaurs getting captured and controlled, I don't know. That's why I go back to this sort of apocalyptic theory. You know, Mount Sibo erupts, America falls into chaos at the very least. People are more focused on not dying or the ash in the sky and the lava and blah blah blah, the tidal waves, the earthquakes that result from that eruption. People are more worried about that than they are the dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs begin to thrive in that environment. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, I can see it being something like that. But it means Rexy survives, probably to the end of the film. I did see a theory on the Jurassic Park subreddit that I really liked, that this won't alone be the final shot, and what it will be is like a closing montage of showing these dinosaurs integrating with the world. So we've got Rexy in the zoo, we've got the Mosasaurus with the surfers in that image we've seen plenty of times before in the trailers. And maybe you've got Blue wandering around a forest somewhere, maybe you've got a Stygimoloch in a subway station, you know, who knows, but maybe we'll get a clip of all the different dinosaurs from Lockwood and where they've escaped to. Anyways, this all links in with the second one, so I'm going to show you that briefly now. But junk, there we go. So we get this really kind of odd shot of Owen. This it's not the best that Chris Pratt's ever looked, and he says it's a new voice clip, I should say. There's a town 5 miles down from here. If we don't shut this down, everything changes. So clearly they fail at shutting everything down. The dinosaurs do escape, and this is the town 5 miles away from Lockwood Manor. Now, it's a little weird to me that a town, in inverted commas, has a massive zoo, because clearly the zoo is gigantic based on the size of the lion exhibit, but whatever. That face cracks me up. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, anyway, I'm so... Wait, can I just do one thing? There we go. I want him to look at his own words and just absolute sheer fear. So clearly, the dinosaurs are going to escape from Lockwood. They're going to start to spread around that immediate area. It does seem like if Rexy is just sort of chilling at a zoo, that she'd be... wait. That should be fairly easy to capture, though. There we go. If Rexy's just hanging around at a zoo, she's not going to be that hard to, stun and capture. So there has to be something to get in the way of that. Otherwise, what's the setup for the third film? But maybe we don't find all this out until the actual film. The trailer also shows us some new clips of Blue fighting with the Indoraptor. If you want to go check those out, you can do so. It's just like an extended version of the scene. Again, something I don't think needed to be in a trailer at all. We had plenty of fight scene. It was teasing it. We didn't need to see the entire bloody thing, but... And there we go. Right, so there's one last thing I want to show you guys, and it's just like a little comparison. So we've seen that shot. It's definitely the most publicised shot of Fallen Kingdom so far. Of the T-Rex, Mount Sibo erupting behind her. She's standing on the neck of the Carnotaurus. Owen's there going, "Wow, there's a gyrosphere, blah, blah, blah." You all know the shot. So let's bring it up now. And that's the shot at the top. This is the one we've seen many, many times before, over and over again. What I really like is that in the TV spots, they've actually changed it to this. Now, there's a couple of changes. The first thing, well, in terms of lighting and colouring, it's obviously a little bit brighter. But they've done away with that blue hue that's sort of laid over the top of it. This is a problem that a lot of us have had with both the first Jurassic World film, like all of the first Jurassic World film, and for a lot of what we've seen of Fallen Kingdom, where there's this obnoxious blue-green hue placed over everything for reasons that we couldn't really figure out. It just seemed unnatural. People actually did colour reverts of the first Jurassic World film to make it more normally coloured, and it looked a whole lot better. So it was very confusing to pretty much the entire planet, other than the people in charge, why they kept doing this. But it seems they may have learned their lesson, because this TV spot from Gone, which is the first one, the one with the lion, shows it just completely changed in colour. And not only that, but if we look at Rexy here, you can see a rib sort of poking through there, and the CGI has clearly been a little bit changed. She's kind of got, she's bulked up a little bit. She's a little bit thicker. She's not like as emancipated. She's emancipated? I've actually forgotten the word. Emancipated? Yeah, anyway, she's less skinny. You can't see her ribs pointing through. She looks a little bit tougher. I just think it's a nice improvement. I really do. I think the CGI looks a little bit better. And the lighting, just look how much better the lighting looks. It was so unnecessary to have this obnoxious blue hue, and I'm so glad to see it's gone. Anyways, spoilerific, eh? Isn't it always? I know people are getting frustrated with it. Frankly, just don't watch the videos. I will make sure not to spoil big things like this in the title or thumbnail. The thumbnail is going to be this shot here. Some people have even complained that this is a spoiler, but frankly, we know Mount Sibo is going to erupt, and we know ISLA NUBLAR is going to get destroyed. That's kind of the most obvious thing on the planet. That's definitely not a spoiler at this point in time, so whatever. Deal with it. But I will try to hide the rest of the stuff. But let me know what you think. If you've sat through this video, you've seen all this stuff here. Hopefully there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen yet. Hopefully there's a lot of really cool shots in there, because I really feel they've gone overboard, but who knows. Thanks for joining me, folks. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Quick little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.